In today's video, we're going to talk about the tornado method of debt repayment to get that debt paid down fast. Hi, I'm Michelle, and I teach real women with real money issues how to manage their paycheck to meet their financial goals. And if you stick around to the end of the video today, I'm going to give you 3 steps to get started with the tornado method of debt repayment today. By the way, as we're going through this method, if you have had a positive or negative experience with the tornado repayment method, please enter it in the comments. I'm always interested to learn other people's experiences, and your experience might help somebody else. The tornado method of debt repayment. This method doesn't really have anything to do with efficiently managing interest rates or quick wins by paying off the smallest debt. This method has everything to do with focusing the anger you may feel at your debt towards getting it paid off as quickly as possible. So the tornado method of debt repayment was created by Steve Donovan of Even Steven Money. And he sort of came upon this method as he was trying to pay down his school loans, which were just ridiculously expensive, and he hated them every single day. And that's really how the tornado method comes into play. It's all about bringing focus to something that's really aggravating you as a pebble in your shoe every day in your life. So, what is a tornado? A tornado is a violent rotating column of air extending from a thunderstorm to the ground. The most violent tornadoes are capable of tremendous destruction with wind speeds of up to 300 miles per hour. They can destroy large buildings, uproot trees, and hurl vehicles hundreds of yards. And as somebody who grew up in Kentucky, I can tell you tornadoes are scary and very destructive. And that is the underlying subtext of the tornado method. It's that destroying your debt mentality. That's really what this method is all about. How do you sort of tap into that anger? Well, in this method, we don't list out our debts from highest interest rate to lowest interest rate or smallest balance to biggest balance. What we do is we do a little bit more research on our debt, and we really take a deep dive into it. And what we do is we figure out how long is this debt going to be part of my life. So you figure out, if I continue to only make the bare minimum student loan payment, how many years am I going to be paying that off? And you may find out that by the time you finish paying your school loan, your brand new baby infant is going to be a high schooler. That's enough to make anybody irritated. Or maybe you go and look at your credit card statement. There's actually a box on your credit card statement that will tell you that if you only make the minimum payment on today's balance, like if you don't put anything else on the credit card and you only make the minimum payment, how many years will it take you to pay it off and how much interest will you pay? It's kind of a gut punch if you've ever really looked at that box. And that's how the tornado method really works. It focuses your energy and focuses your motivation into just destroying that debt and getting it out of your life. Once you've found out how long you're going to have to live with this debt, the next step is to make a big, hairy goal of how long you're willing to live with this debt. So maybe you're only willing to live with this for 2 years. How much are you going to have to pay every month on that debt to get rid of it in 2 years? As opposed to the 15 if you only make the minimum payment on your student loan, for example. So that's the next thing, is you have to set a goal for how long you're willing to live with this, and then finally you have to decide your plan of attack. And for the tornado method, it's how do you find more money to throw at this debt in any way possible? That's legal, of course. So maybe you have fancy clothes hanging in your closet that you never wear, and you're gonna take them to a consignment store. Or you're gonna sell your excess books on Amazon. You're gonna sell clothes you no longer wear on Poshmark. Or you've got stuff around the house, you're gonna sell it on eBay. How can you get $5 here, $100 there to put towards this debt to get it out of your life. So like a tornado, you're going to bring all the force of Mother Nature and push it towards that debt to get rid of it forever. With all of that said, is the tornado method of debt repayment right for you? Well, maybe. As I have said before, and as I will shout from the mountaintop, the best debt repayment strategy for you is the one you will stick with. So if you've got debt and you're looking at it and it makes you angry and you know that you can focus on that debt with all of the forces of Mother Nature and kill it dead, then the tornado method might be right for you. Now remember, the tornado method doesn't optimize for efficient interest payments so that you pay the least amount of interest possible. It doesn't necessarily give you quick wins where you're gonna pay off those little bitty debts first. This is all about focusing on the debt that you cannot stand having in your life, setting a goal of when it will be gone by, and focusing on it with a plan of attack, whether that's selling things on eBay or getting a part-time job for the summer. Whatever it takes to get that debt paid down. If that speaks to you, then the tornado method might be right for you. Okay, time to wrap this up. How about the bonus? 3 steps to get started with the tornado method today. The tornado method is all about accepting the reality of the situation and then deciding to change it. So the first thing you have to do is sit down and list out all of your debts, total balance, interest rate, and most importantly, when it will be paid off, that payoff date. Once you've got all of that listed out, pick one. Which is the one that is the worst pebble in your shoe? Which is the one that keeps you up at night, that really infuriates you for whatever reason? Pick that one. You have to start with something, so pick one. Next, decide how long you're willing to live with this debt. Is it 12 months? Is it 6 months? Is it 2 years? Maybe it's a big school loan. You know it's gonna take some time, and for the next 2 years, that is the debt that you are gonna focus on getting rid of. So pick a debt based on which one really irritates you the most. Then pick a date that debt will be gone from your life. And lastly, figure out how you can make an extra $100 a month. That's all I'm asking you to start with. How can you make an extra $100 this month? Is it selling clothes on consignment, selling clothes on Poshmark? Is it selling your books on Amazon? Is it making jelly and taking it to the farmer's market and selling it one day? Is it refereeing at a sports game for $100, $50 a game, or $100 for an entire Saturday? Whatever it is, get creative. Really sit down and think, how could I make $100 this month? And then my third step is pause this video, open a browser tab, and go make that $100 payment right now. That's right. Before you've actually made the $100, go ahead and make the payment. Why? Because when it comes to debt repayment, the first thing you have to do is commit to it. And if you go make that $100 payment, you're gonna commit to it. Most of the people who watch my channel can afford $100. It's not gonna mean that they can't pay for groceries. It might pinch a little this month to take that $100 out of your checking account and pay it. It might pinch a little, but it's not gonna be life-shattering. What it's gonna do is show you what it's gonna take to get rid of that debt. So you are gonna commit to it. So go ahead, pause this video, open another browser tab, and make that $100 payment. You did it! Now all you have to do is figure out how to make $100 this month, which you can do so easily. There's a whole bunch of ways to make $100 in any given month. You can do it. I have faith in you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you have ever tried the tornado method and it worked or it didn't work, I do hope you'll leave something in a comment below so we can talk about it. your situation can help somebody else. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to be notified when I upload more videos. Until then, please come join the party over on Instagram at Michelle Simonis, and I'll see you next time. Bye.